So, my name is Malika. I'm hosting this call today. And we are going to hear two amazing projects. We are going to hear Una from LingoAI and Timo from OD. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And guys, you will have 5 minutes for the pitching part, and then around 10 minutes for a Q&A session. And Una, are you ready to start?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm ready. And thank you, Malika, for the invitation. And so my name is Una, and I'm the founder and the CEO of LingoAI. So we are on a mission to make AI truly multilingual, inclusive, and powered by the people. So today most of the world's AI is trained in just a few dominant languages like Chinese, English, and that means billions of people and thousands of languages are excluded from the AI ecosystem. So we believe the language should not be a barrier to the opportunity, and that's the problem we are solving. So you can see here, LingoAI is returning the user's data ownership. That means users can control and own their own data, and we can help the organization and individuals to release their private domain data. And for the AI companies or some research organizations can really have more data access in multimodal and multi-language. So LingoAI is also the founding committee member of Singapore Internet Governance Forum, which was officially recognized by the United Nations IGF. So we are one of the national region UN governance forum in Singapore. So this project is inspired by the Singapore MAS, the chief fintech officer called Mahanti. So he raised a lot of questions about in the AI era, how they can localize Singapore MAS contents in Africa. So regarding the translation of the contents generation, so for the official government, they cannot use ChatGPT to translate any documents. So the truth is AI doesn't understand most of the words. There are thousand languages in this world, and not because the technology isn't there, but because the data isn't. So the voice and the text data in language like Swahili, Tagalog, and Yoruba are either available unstructured or locked away in the data silos. So that's why AI tools today often don't work, or worse, and produce the biased or broken results in non-Western languages. And at the same time, millions of the people are speaking, teaching, creating content every day, but none of that gets captured for AI training or compensated. So most our individual users' data are in Facebook, Twitter, and not owned by us, and we cannot monetize our data. So that's why LingoAI comes in. So we use different technologies like blockchain, and we use a metagraph and data protocols like Solid and Method-Social. And this is to see how LingoAI works. So we have the language DAO community, which can help the AI companies to get more data available, like the DAO people or individuals. They are AI developers, they are language enthusiasts, and they are contributors, and they can choose whether they want to authorize those data to the different organizations. So they have their own personal pod. This is a private storage place which can store the personal users' data, and they don't have to share to the centralized platform unless they want to. And after they share all this data, and the language style people can have a work like annotation, translation, and they can review, and they can decide whether the data shared is qualified, and then finally can get the rewards on the blockchain. And we have the different products. We have the LingoCrowd, which is onboarded in November last year, and there currently 100,000 contributors there. And we have the LingoTrans in process of the developing. And this is a Web3 crowdsourcing translation platform to support business localization, and can also transcribe the videos. Like for the KOLs or content creators, they can transcribe their own language into any other languages who they want to reach. Yeah, and we have the hardware called LingoPod. This is a real-time translator and voice data collector. This is a LingoPod. So we do accept 5,000 languages, low-resource languages corpus contribution. So for other users, they will grow their own data day by day by using LingoCrowd, and they can monetize their own data sets to make sure that they authorize to the different third parties like ABC company. And the more they share, they can get more rewards. So this is a LingoCrowd platform, and for the users, they can monetize their data sets by earning LingoAI tokens. And this is an instant payment in the system, and there's no barriers for all the users, and they can grow their own data. And for the business, they reduce the cost, and they can access more high quality and more languages data sets, and they can easily reach the different contributors or the project managers there, and they can also get more multimodal data sets there compared to.
Suna, the time is up, so yeah, let's go to the questions. We've already got some. So
sure.
The first one goes like this. LingoPod sounds like sci-fi. What's the closest thing we can actually do with it today?
Yeah, so LingoPod is actually one of the smartphone, smart earpod, and you can wear. And compared to the traditional real-time translator, this is a voice mining product. So you can record your own native language, voice in different scenario backgrounds, and then you can contribute. And people who need those data, Alibaba or some AI Singapore, they want those voice data, and they can request, and people can authorize, and then they can earn the rewards by the platform rewarding. So we can do today is we have the different mechanisms. Investors cannot just buy it consumer products. They can also be a RWA, a real world assets, because those regions, emerging countries, peoples cannot afford this LingoPod, and it is sold for $399. And for those investors in some developed countries, they can buy probably a set of LingoPods, 50 or 100, and they can send to those emerging countries which we need those data in those community, and they use it for free, but they contribute and they can share the benefits. Yeah, the investor and the contributors can share the benefits.
Yeah, very interesting. Thank you for the question. Another one, how do you find or incentivize native speakers of endangered languages? Isn't that a super niche crowd?
Actually, it's quite not, because if you don't use English, if you're in Africa, the Swahili or Yoruba are main language in Africa. And for those people, I think there's around 5 billion people, 500 million people to use that language. But ChatGPT cannot cater those needs for their native people. And because we are in the Web3 space, so we currently have some campaigns, marketing campaigns, people from the different regions, and they can speak different languages, and they can register in the LingoCrowd, and they can do some tasks there. And currently we have 60 language DAOs, including some, very endangered languages. I think some tribe language in Africa. Yeah, as long as they have the access in the internet, and they can do some task every day. So for the languages, I think because China invests a lot of infrastructure in Africa, and so some companies that they are going to go to the market, and also in Southeast Asia. So there are some the instant requirements of translation of content localization in Malay or Bahasa Indonesia, Bahasa, or like Yoruba. So this is a huge market.
Okay, understood. Thanks. Another question. If I contribute my voice or dialect to LingoCrowd, what's in it for me? And how do you stop bad data from getting it?
Yeah, good question. So if you contribute your voice, because there will be the several different requirements, like you can do some task by the AI data consumers. They will send some specific requirements, like how you can contribute your voice or dialects. Like you have to read the scripts, which is already done by the consumers, and you just follow the scripts step by step, and you can record. And then after you record it and then you authorize, the consumer will check all the quality to see whether it meets the requirement. If it's not, so they will send back to you and you can record again. And if it's approved, and you can get the tokens instantly in your account. So in LingoCrowd, once you register, you can see your account. So how many Lingo tokens, LingoAI tokens you can get there. And for how we can stop the bad data, I think here, because all the people, they have the opportunities to share their data. We say that there's no barriers, but once the people will in the different levels of the contribution of the data quality. So sometimes most of the data is not going to use by the sharing. So we have the review DAO, which is also from the language DAO. That means those people are some reviewers or annotators. That means there will have a more high level of the translation or some language level, research level, to see how they can meet the data requirements. The review DAO is also a decentralized community, and for this process, the review DAO person can also get more rewards if they participate in the review process. Yeah, so if you are not approved, then you cannot get LingoAI tokens. But if approved, you can get it instantly. And other things will be tied to this person's personal reputation of how the quality they shared in this ecosystem.
Thank you. And Una, maybe you can tell us, are you raising funds now, and who are your already existing investors?
Yeah, so currently we are in the second round fundraising. So we have already raised $1.5 million for the first round, and for this round we will raise $5 million US, and we got the offers from the different exchanges like Gate, Maxi, and now we are a part of the Bybit incubation program. So we are talking to them to see we can list it on the Bybit. Yeah, so we have the different investors like in Singapore. They are all crypto fund, and like the DPNX and Awakening Venture, and also Dynamic from Europe. Yeah, so and also some other individual investors.
Okay, got you. And maybe you can also conclude what products are you already showed us, and what products are more to see?
Yeah, so we have the LingoCrowd and LingoPod. So LingoCrowd is now available on our official website. So you can just register by having your own wallet, and then you can contribute in some languages that you can. And for the LingoPod, it's now available for the pre-sale, and we are now collaborate with some, the crowdfunding platform to make sure that we are raised enough fund to manufacturing the LingoPods. Yeah, because we have already sell some products. And for the LingoTrans, we are now in the process of developing. Hopefully it will be available in 3 to 4 months.
Okay, thank you so much, Una, for the pitch. It was very interesting. I wish you all of luck, best of luck with the project. And Timo, are you ready?
I am ready. So we are Dimension Zero. Our AI platform allows anyone to create ultra-tailored software really fast and accessible. We know from different platforms already in the market, like Lovable, Replit, Cursor, Windsurf, they are very welcome. It's a huge market and the competition is high. So what makes us unique is that we provide 100% everything out of the box and in-house. So it really takes less than 5 minutes to set up your app. And you don't have to play with any databases or authentication or external API calls. So I'm going to run you real quick over here. So we're focusing our hackathons. And since the entry barriers to development have disappeared with tools like ZeroD, the onboarding potential for a hackathons is the entire world, which was excluded till now, right? Yes, so we just launched the 1st of May and we got 80 users so far in May. And we managed to plan 50 hackathons so far for this year. We are a team of 2. The founder is Luke, and I'm the chief marketing officer. Currently, we're raising $100,000 at a 2 million valuation to get our first 1,000 clients and grow to a 2 million valuation. So let's check out if our app is ready. So yes, I guess most of you are familiar with similar platforms. So the pitch deck, it's similar between them. What I can share is that it's a huge market. We're talking about 500 billion plus, combining different areas like load code, presentation softwares, and so on. That's more or less everything in a short. You can get in touch with us and we can start the question and answer round if you want.
Okay. So first, thank you so much. And we've got our first question. What's the craziest thing someone built on Zero D, so far? Anything that surprised even your team?
Yes. So we found a very surprising use with someone trying to build a geodesic network, which is based on a social graph. And each relation is on a geodesic structure, which means that every line is equatorial. But it's a trust network. It also has Web3 implications in it. So it's gated access and so on. So if you want to see more, we have a catalog to see some of the creation of our users.
Yeah, very interesting. Thanks. And what's about your prompt that you put there?
Yes, let's check it out. So I was inspired by this event, which is a pitch session. So I thought about making a voting platform for this sort of events. So actually, it's ready. And you know what? I'm going to share real quick in the call the access link. So anyone can right now vote and give his feedback on the 2 projects pitched today. So let's give it a look meanwhile. Pod voting platform, Project Juna, LingoAI, and Project Timo, the one I'm presenting. So, right, you see this is created in real time.
Yeah.
And people can come and vote on the 2 projects.
Nice.
So I could register right now real quick. Zero-D team. So, but I guess you get the feeling of what the potential is. I'm mistyping my passport. But you could vote, right? You have the description of the project, more or less. And if you can leave a comment, a voting.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I have to log in to vote.
Yes, exactly. You register. So I could go and now go back to my chat prompt and say, let's plan the next event. And yeah, you got the feeling. I don't have to do that, right?
Yeah. Very interesting. We've got another question. Kaleria is asking, say I'm a founder with zero tech background. How much can I actually ship in one weekend using Zero-D?
You can ship a fully working app, payments, registration, database, admin dashboard, and around the topic, probably whatever you inspired with. In a weekend, you have more than enough time to optimize it. As you see, it took me 5 minutes to do this. And if I spent another 30 minutes, I probably have it as perfect as I would like it.
Nice, thanks. And you said you've launched now, in the beginning of May, and you already have some users, right?
Exactly. We launched beginning of May, and we have 80 users so far. We have 10 partnerships and plans for 50 ideathons, how we call them. Because, the barrier dropped, so we don't have hackers anymore. We have ideators, right? So we call them ideathons.
Okay, got you. I'm sorry, I think I've missed a question here in the chat. You are turning prompts into products. How do you avoid generating generic apps that all feel the same?
Yeah, so we're building a sort of tools on top of Zero-T, like a Vibe Coders job market or tasks bounty, if you want. And another of those tools is matching applications in the same category or with the same interest. This is done with a dual layered knowledge graph. And yeah, as apps were created, this graph is grown and connected.
Okay, thanks. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining. It was a pleasure being here with you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.